I'm back. Hey everybody, and welcome to another Brie Book Reviews video. Yes, this girl's back. Please ignore my awkwardness. I haven't been in front of a camera in like 6 months now. I think it's been 6 months. Since my last video was like last November. For those of you who have been loyal subscribers for a really long time, thank you for sticking around. And for those of you who are newer subscribers, welcome. My name is Bridget, and so let's just move on. For those of you who have been with my channel, you guys know the biggest reason that I have been absent for the past few months is in April I got married. I'm just gonna say that in the time frame before the wedding, like starting in December time, my life got super busy with planning the wedding. I was doing most of the planning all by myself with the help of my lovely, lovely sister. Other than her, I was basically doing it all myself. So I do not recommend that. I recommend asking for help, because I was the person that was like, no, I'm just gonna do it all myself. Centerpieces, decor, everything was made by myself and my sister. Made all of the boutonnieres, made all of the girls' headpieces. They had like floral headpieces. If I could change something, I would probably change the fact that I made all of those myself, because I was just absolutely stressing myself out those few months before. So I did no reading. I basically came home from work and thought of weddings. While I was at work, I thought of weddings. It affected my work a lot, actually, so I am just very glad that the day has passed and I am a married woman now and it's done. It was fantastic. It was the best day of my life. So other than going over where I've been the last few months, I just want to talk about a few books that I've been reading and also where I plan on going with this channel here, and then a few announcements. So I am currently actively reading 2 books. The physical book that I'm reading is Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, and I'm almost done. I'm like page 505 of 700 and something, like 710 or something like that. So really, really enjoying this. I have to admit the beginning of the story was on the boring side. Maybe like 200 pages in, then it starts to get really interesting. This is the story of Locke Lamora, who is an orphan and a part of this thievery group called the Gentleman's Bastards, and he's kind of like the brains of the operation. He's very good at his job, and the beginning is he goes into doing a really, really intricate job to steal this wealthy man's money, and things go awry, and stuff goes down, and it just plummets from there. And that's where it gets really, really, really good. So if you have attempted to read this book and didn't get that far because you got bored with it, trust me, once you hit that point where like stuff goes wrong, then it's just upwards as far as like intricacy of the story and very interesting plot lines. So yes, that is, I will be finishing this probably today. The other book that I'm listening to actually on audiobook is Rise of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the 3rd and 4th book in the Rhaenyra Revelations series. I seriously have not stopped listening to this non-stop, driving back and forth at work sometimes, like before work really starts, like when I'm doing my paperwork in the morning, and also just before I go to bed, just any time possible, when I run, when I go exercise, this is all I'm listening to. So I literally flew through the first 2 books, which is Theft of Swords, this one, in a matter of like 2 days. 2 or 3 days. And this one I've been listening to for maybe 2 or 3 days as well, and I'm about to finish it. I like to mark where the audiobook is in the physical book just because it like pleases me. I have no idea why. I just have to do it. So I am almost done. In fact, I'm actually further than where I've marked this because I've listened to more since the last time I marked it. This is about 2 thieves, Royce and Hadrian, and their adventures. And it kind of starts sort of like the other book I was just talking about these 2 thieves that go to do a job and something goes awry and things plummet from there. for them as well. Honestly, between the two stories, this one is way more interesting at this point. We'll have to see, but because this book just goes straight into action, I was really, really drawn to finishing this story. Plus the, like, brotherly love, the, like, bromance going on between Hadrian and Royce is just, like, amazing, and they're very witty, and they banter, and it's just so funny, and I am enjoying this so much, and I cannot wait to get to the third installment, which has books 5 and 6. Let me look. Heir of Novron, which I have sitting up there, which is why I looked up there. Those are the 2 books that I am currently listening to and reading. So I just want to make a couple of announcements. The first one is that I am pre-recording a few videos. There will be 2, if not 3 book hauls coming up, not all at once. Obviously, I've been gone for so long, I've collected quite a number of books. So I tried to split it up best way I can. Right now I have it split into 2 groups. Big books, big paperbacks, and / hardbacks, and then mass tradebacks. It might end up being 3, because I forgot that I did also get some manga, and very few, like literally like 5 volumes of something recently. And that's it. Which leads into my other announcement, and that is, yes, I will be continuing doing manga reviews, manga discussions, talking about the manga that I've been reading, which I have not been reading any, but I will be getting back into reading that as well. But what I am stopping is I did have a Goodreads manga, like, booktube group. So I completely stopped doing that when I stopped doing my booktube channel, and I don't think it's fair to anybody else that it's kind of just been stagnant, and I just thought about it and decided to not continue doing the Goodreads group, but you guys can still discuss manga with me. Comments down below whenever I mention manga, or if it's not a manga that I've mentioned, bring it up in a conversation, we'll have a chat about it. I do want to make more manga related content in my channel, because that was like something I was leaning towards initially before I did this little hiatus for 5 or 6 months. So you will be seeing more of that, more reviews, possibly more tags, I don't know, haven't decided yet. But yeah, so if you're into manga, I also love comics. My biggest genre as far as books goes is fantasy, YA, adult. I really don't care. I have been leaning more towards adult fantasy in the past year, but you know, whatever floats my boat. I'm also in the middle of reading the second book in A Court of Thorns and Roses. Can't remember the name. But I've literally read like the first 2 chapters, so I didn't really want to count that right now. I am so happy to be back and so glad to see you guys. Please leave comments down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!